Howdy, howdy, howdy. Let's see how many people show up. They gonna fuse you there, Sasquatch? Probably, I imagine. Uh, there you go. We got Chipper, the Sasquatch, Carol, W, and the pro tip that comes on before you start these is to remember to say hello to those who watch in the replay. All those people who are watching the replay, hello, and I'm glad you're here and that you're this desperate to have somebody to keep you company while you're doing whatever it is you're supposed to be paying attention to but aren't. So, hey, Tibor. Hey, Steve. I tried playing the lump for the past, what was it, 24 hours or whatever. That thing sucks. So, was it more than that? Huh?
Started a day and a half ago. It was yesterday morning.
Oh, excuse me. It was 30 something hours apparently. So,
All that just to get out of chores.
got out of him, some bitches, didn't I? You see me washing no truck or vacuuming no carpet. Tell me to mow the lawn. Let's see where that gets you. She's over there doing the dishes. I don't know how she got all them dishes. I mean, all she did was make me a sandwich a minute ago. Racy, what was it called?
Cincinnati beef chili over buttered noodles.
Cincinnati beef chili over butter noodles. It's really flipping good. Whatever it was.
The spaghetti with chili instead of spaghetti sauce, basically.
The Texas chili is way better than Cincinnati chili. Though.
I didn't know you could make chili without chili powder. So there's that.
There's that.
Thought that was kind of the point of chili is to put chili powder. But whatever.
No, you make chili and you don't use much. Well, you do use some. No. Tibor said hello.
Hello.
She said hello. The Texas chili is not made with real Texans. It's made by people who live in Texas who actually got a better clue about what chili is. That was not bad chili. It's just not what we call chili.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. Yeah, okay. This is an embarrassing story on the hospital thing. Let's get that out of the way before it gets out of hand and any rumors get started about my health or whatever.
It was Wesley trying to get out of feeding animals, and it worked.
What happened was I was minding my own business. I was in there trying to mop the living room floor, and my wife come in there and was complaining about the way I did it, and she started beating me with a skillet. And I lost my balance. I slipped in the wet floor that I just mopped and fell on that chair over there. And I had to go to the hospital because I couldn't get up. I got bruises. I got bruises to show for it. Or something like that. I'm pretty close to what it was.
I'm sure.
Or the truth is actually worse than that. The truth is, I was sitting here minding my own business Friday morning. I wasn't in nobody's way, wasn't doing anything to anybody. And then Mrs. S shows up with a grandbaby and donuts. So me and the grandbaby start watching Warcraft. Those of you who don't know what Warcraft is, it's basically orcs beating up people, and they have a lot of sword fighting and stuff. I've never seen a little human being get so glued to a show in my life. It was like, well, there's pictures. But anyway, uh, then he went in there and got pool noodles, and we started fighting with pool noodles. And he got so carried away with the pool noodles that he beat me unconscious, and they had to take me to the hospital. And that's the true story. Right? I was sword fighting with pool noodles with my grandson, and he put me in the hospital because he's a little bully. Happened. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Hey, creative. They too old. It was a good solid skillet. It was a cast iron. It'll be all right. Yes, Sasquatch. That's exactly what happened. Hey, he had a big pool noodle. Can't remember what I bought those pool noodles for. I bought a whole stack of pool noodles, and they're just in there, and he brings them out, and we beat each other up with them. Then we get in trouble because we leave pool noodles all over the house. And I guess the whole time, I mean, I'm not dead, I'm not dying, I'm not on my deathbed, I don't guess. But, had a little bit of a scare here a couple months ago, so now whenever certain parts of my body go to feeling uncomfortable, I have to go to the doctor. That's just the way it is until they get it figured out. There was no actual arrhythmia or anything last night or yesterday or whatever it was. Basically, I just got my butt kicked by a 2-year-old, which is okay. I mean, I can take that. already got in trouble from the kids for not telling the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So apparently, you're not allowed to find out what's going on before you let people know what's going on. I don't know. My plan was to keep everything kind of off social media until I found something out, but my grandson was kind of with me when all this other stuff happened, so there was kind of not really any way to keep my daughter from finding out, and she was going to tell everybody. So here we are. Not meaning to be negative, just that's the way it is. No, I just need to. Pretty sure Steve doesn't know pool noodle self-defense. I'd fight him again, though. I would. They're probably going to find out they have to put one of those silly little, what do they call them, stents or whatever in. Because my cholesterol's a little high. It's actually, I mean that it's a little high. It's not like crazy, stupid bad or anything. It's not good, which is odd because my cholesterol, until quite recently, it's always been actually really good. So, it's only the last couple of years or so that it's gotten to where my bad cholesterol was that high. I ain't scared. Didn't see any reason for jumping on anywhere and going, oh, everybody pray for me and stuff. I mean, you can if you want to, but hey, Kirsten. If I didn't have my hair up, we just came inside from like speed feeding the animals, so my hair was all wet and sweaty, so I just throw it up in a rubber band. Me and her had the same haircut now. It looks better on her, but yeah, art on an art plug. Yeah, I didn't post it until I was already out of there, man. That's absolutely the last thing. I'm gonna die now. I'm gonna turn the camera this way. We call it didn't need a room full of people. Are you okay? That literally would have just made it worse. What are those seeds called that we were? Yeah. Fenugreek. Fenugreek seeds taste good. Well, fenugreek sprouts. Is that what we sprouts? Fenugreek sprouts taste good. They're like a superfood or something. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. Hey, Trey. Yeah, it's been a A lot of minutes. Shut up. Does anybody want a Chiweenie? I will box her out. I mean, if you're worried about her going bad or whatever, I will freeze her so she'll stay fresh. That's the chickens. No, ma'am. No. Jolene was looking at the little baby gate that we've got across the door to keep the dogs out so we can open the. It's the weather from the whatever just hit, and it's like really nice and cool outside, which is the first time in days,
Months.
whatever. Anyway, it's really nice out there right now. Anyway, so she opened the door. We're airing the house out, and Jolene wants to come in, but she's like, "What is this doing here?" No, ma'am. Sit down. You're fine. With your blue eyes. Dog looks like we don't ever feed her. She has developed a patrol pattern that is the most retarded one of all the dogs I've ever seen. Is the stupidest thing.
Dog.
She has a pattern, though. I mean, I don't know why she don't just do the perimeter. I don't know why she got to do this zigzag crap. But
Oh, it's gonna be a beautiful sunset.
is it really? She goes to the main gate, goes 30 yards up, comes in, zigzags through the trees, comes out behind the barn, goes around the barn, checks every little blade of grass in front of the barn, and then goes the inside of the fence, shoots out and goes to the first terrace, goes out, goes zigzags through the trees, comes back out over here, comes up, sniffs through the backyard, and then goes back out. There's just a little patch back there she doesn't check on. I don't know. I guess she doesn't want to go over there. So one little patch right there she didn't check on. Maybe she's scared of the armadillo. Probably that. Hey, ungrateful! I did not see you sneak in. Hey, has anybody but me noticed the number of young men with horseshoe scars on the side of their head? Huh? Well, I mean, that just seems weird.
They're not gonna-
Oh, um,
That's have like
brain surgery scar. It starts right above the ear, goes up, and comes back to the hairline. It's the shape of a horseshoe. It's a big horseshoe scar on the side of their head. I've been seeing a lot of guys, a lot of men. It's freaking me out a little bit. I mean, there shouldn't be that many young men that's had to have brain surgery. I noticed the first one here a while back. And I was like, wow, that's weird. That's the same scar Leyland's got. And I was like, wait a minute, that's the same scar Leyland's got, but that's a different guy. Right, that's the same scar Leyland's got, but that's a different guy. This is a small town. Most of the guys that have them keep a hat on. Or keep their hair just long enough to cover them up. They only show up if they got a high and tight or a burr. Front of the convenience stores with all the ladies. You never know when they're going to have a sale, man. You got to be where the goodies are. Let's see. The first one I noticed was going into or coming out of rather Family Dollar, which is like the Dollar General, but there's not as many of them. They weren't carrying skateboards, man. That that scar, if they have that scar, they're going into the brain right here. The end. Oh, excuse me. It's you're not going to get a scar like that accidentally. That's going to be a scar the doctor puts on you. And his, like the first one I seen, the reason it was so noticeable is because just like Leland, they had to go in more than once. Same incision twice. The scar tissue was pretty serious. How many times did they open Leland's head up?
How many times have they? 3.
3. Well, the first guy went in. This is above my pay grade. That's still. Well, I mean, you've got him up. Why would you not call a different surgeon while you had him open? And then they went in, and then they recalled his screws or something. What, TK? I'm gonna give you away too. Hmm? Why do I don't have to feed you. I don't even like cats. Sneaking in the door while the door's open. Have you even gone to look at there's food over there? Besides, I fed you when I fed the dogs. Ow, that's my leg. Yeah, my kids skateboarded some, but I didn't think skateboarding causes brain injury. Maybe. My mom had that scar, but that was because she had the aneurysm in the same place. Got my leg, TK. Let's go play in traffic. Anyway, what everybody else got going on besides skateboarding britches? They keep trying to put me on Stanton drugs, and I don't want to get on them, dude. Whatever you get on them for, after you get on them, if you get off, yeah, like your chances of what you got on them for killing you increase exponentially if you stop taking the medication. So yeah, no, that I can do the math on that, and it basically, yeah, while I'm taking it, it lowers my chance of something happening. But then when I quit, it becomes 25% more likely that it's going to happen. That's no. Taking it reduces my chance by 20%. But then when I stop, it increases it by 25%. But while it decreases the chance of it because of one thing, one of the side effects is the thing it's supposed to be preventing. So yeah. Well, it's not going to make it to here either. I think the furthest north the rain is going to get is a little above San Angelo or San Antonio. I mean, do I?
Seaboard said those drugs are bad mojo.
Yeah, I'm statin drugs. That's. Oh, Wayne, what do you think of the Ruger? Now I can't remember the Ruger PC9 or whatever, the little carbine. There's like a lot of variations on that little rifle. Actually, the only real variation are the stocks. You can get several different kinds of stocks, but the gun itself is pretty much the same. Yeah, no joke. I guess I should apologize. Now's my chance to apologize to everybody that is always like, Wes never goes live anymore. I didn't know y'all were missing me. So, uh, You talk? Is that the? I like the new chassis version. Are you talking the sexy synthetic stocks and stuff? Is that the same carbine? Is that the same Ruger carbine that they came out with in the 80s?
Steve's out.
Later, Steve. I'm doing my best. Successful so far.
Dora Preston says hello.
Hello, Dora. Hey, Kirsten, you still in here? She said hi a while ago and she hadn't said anything else. I don't think she did. No, I wasn't. I'm not real good about paying attention to the chat.
Anything else I should have was kind of. I'm grateful.
Oh, I want the 9mm. I like it as a companion to a 9mm sidearm. Your average zombie's pretty easy to take down. So I like the idea of the energy of the projectile being used up by the first zombie. Well, good night, Dora. Sorry you didn't stick around.
No, I think she's telling Steve good night.
Oh, Steve, good night. Either I'm not keeping up with guns enough or you're talking in a foreign language. Wayne. Probably some of both. Hope CT leave too. Who knows? I think creative was okay. I'm good because I got CT and CR confused in my brain. Okay, I'll quit now. I'll quit reading this thing over here and we'll just talk about stuff. So you figure out what we're talking about. Oh, what's out of it? Jared put on the trigger.
No. Sasquatch has 10mm load.
Yeah. Oh, No, actually, the Ruger is the one I like. I like the Ruger. The one I'm looking into is the Ruger. It's over the only one I've ever found interesting was the Ruger.
Who was talking about the lady that took out a pig or a hog with a 22?
Oh, that one I read to you or whatever.
I do, and I just remember somebody talking about now.
Um, or the alligator. Oh man, the alligator confused.
Oh no. Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of 9mm laying around, and it would be kind of cool if you had something that you could throw up on your shoulder and aim that was reasonably accurate out to 75 or 100 yards. And at 1,200 feet per second, it's still going to be relatively effective at up to 100 yards, I'm sure. I mean, they're not really, this is all cold.
That's not for it.
They're 9mm Lugers or Luger is never going to be that good of a. It's never going to be a hunting round or whatever, but you had the magazines for it or whatever. I think that would be a. I think I'd rather sweep an apartment building.
I sat down with one of these and watched it and took half of it. He said, it's good. I said, yeah, I know, that's why I was eating it for breath.
Yeah, watching Danishes around that boy. Yeah. Anyway, now if they'd make a 357 carbine, that'd just take them in. You can't. You'll never be able to convince them that they can't make one. If they can make one for a 9mm or for 22 long rifle, they can chamber one for the 357. The end. I mean, they have the lever guns or whatever, but those damn things are so overpriced, it's ridiculous. For love of Pete, I mean, that's some of the oldest damn technologies there is out there. And I mean, there's some cheap versions out there, but I still don't understand some of the prices on some of those guns. Well, I do. But Now, 10 millimeter, I would definitely consider a 10 millimeter carbine. Because the way I understand it, 10 millimeter is like the best of both worlds. It's you get all the goodness of the 40 and a little bit more punch, like a 45. I mean, I don't know. Is yours the Marlin Sasquatch? That's what I was saying. There's more affordable versions out there. I think that little feather-footed rooster has decided to be a rooster. I think he was trying to top the little pullet.
Yeah, he's been chasing her around for several days.
Well, C103 is here. We're going to have to sign off. Find something better to do.
Her turn.
I was wondering if you were going to show up, man. Guilt a feller for not doing live streams and then not even show up. I don't want to think about stuff like that. Oh, our silly little cow got stuck under the fence. She didn't like that. In case you're wondering if it's okay to go away and just leave your cattle while you try to take a really long 30-something hour nap, the answer is no.
Last night when I fed her, she was fine.
Right.
She's the one that chose to get under the fence.
Need to make sure she's still up and around though before we go to bed. Yes, Mark, I will agree with you on that. Especially the printers, anyway. The gremlins that get in the ice makers, I think, are probably from the same. Our last refrigeration guy in the area croaked. Passed away. That was very insensitive of me. Anyway, so there's like nobody here to work on the ice makers and walk-in coolers and stuff. Anymore. You got to call over to the big cities now. There's not very many left in the big cities. There's a few guys running around that got hired out of refrigeration school, but they're not really refrigeration techs or air conditioning techs, which are completely different animals. Refrigeration and air conditioning are not the same science. Air conditioning is auto mechanics. Refrigeration is rocket science. The end. I mean, as far as which part's going to break or whatever, whether it's a compressor or a capacitor or this or that or whatever, but when you come, if there's something wrong with the levels, yeah, the end. You're screwed. I mean, that's weighed into those pieces of equipment with some of the fanciest stuff I've ever seen in my life. I don't trust the digital stuff to do it either. That's like trusting AI to write a paper that's not plagiarized. You didn't write it, therefore it's not your work. It's plagiarized. If Grammarly touches your thesis or your essay or your email,
These are probably ones that need more help writing. Just saying.
probably. That's messed up. That's very funny though. Um, I don't want you working. I mean, the people that need things like Grammarly to do their job are people that are like, I don't know, like vice presidents and presidents right now. Kind of tarded. I'd give anything to see or to hear Joe Biden say my name's Bubba. It's embarrassing. I mean, I don't even hate the man anymore. I'm just full on embarrassed that he is being shown as the president of the United States. Let's go ahead. How long? 47 minutes, 48 minutes. Let's get a little political. What are they going to do? Kick me off YouTube? I don't think we have had a sitting president in nearly 4 years now. I don't think we have an elected official sitting as the POTUS. I don't think that if, let's say, there was the voter fraud during the presidential election of 2020, I don't believe that Biden or any of the people in his campaign I can't forget what they call, or I forget what they call. Anyway, the people that were trying to get elected, I don't think they had anything to do with it. And some, if you're going to sit there and put up memes and stuff saying that Biden is Obama's puppet, Obama was the first puppet put in place, I think. Um, I think he was actually supposed to be followed by one of the puppet masters, but that didn't work out. But we need to quit giving the the POTUS, the office of the POTUS that we have right now, we can't. I mean, they don't. They're not doing it. I don't know who is doing. I don't know who's running the country, but it ain't them. The end. Um, the people that really want a totalitarian, and I'm not fixing to start preaching against law enforcement. Okay, I'm just saying the upper level law enforcement, like the alphabet agencies and stuff, they're the only ones that stand to benefit from a totalitarian rule. Their totalitarian rules always come by way of the entities put in charge of keeping the peace in a country. I mean, how long has Vladimir, that Vladimir dude, been in charge of the USSR or whatever they call it now? All right, see, I'll be good. Um, yeah, I mean, there's no way to win this one. Uh, I was actually I was on the Trump train for 2020, but uh, they've had 4 years to explain to Mr. Trump how he's going to behave this time. His body language is different. He's not sounding off like he used to. I could just be being paranoid, which is entirely possible. I guess I missed something on the Chevron doctrine and stuff. There's that, Corey. That's something that's
what I believe.
yeah, that's um well, like this thing that me and the missus just went through or whatever. I mean, it would have been a lot easier on my wife if we'd had a better support group going on or whatever. Um, that simple. I found this. I found these in a on one of the racks at Goodwill. So I dropped them in my pocket. Purchased the item they were in. So drop these in my pocket. $3.57 Sig. Retarded looking little bullet. Best I can figure, it's like a 10 millimeter or something, neck down to a 9 millimeter. Yeah, that's when he did the green flag or the red flag laws. That was one of his biggest strikes with me. And I really want them to. I don't want them. I don't want Social Security fighting. If they want to fight with the pharmaceutical companies, that's fine. Legislate to where they can fight with the pharmaceutical companies for the amount of money the pharmaceutical company is going to charge for their medications. But what they've done is I can't use my local pharmacy anymore because of the carrier for Social Security for the Medicare has lowered the amount they're willing to pay for my prescriptions lower than what my pharmacist was paying for the medications themselves. It's putting all of the mom and pop drugstores out of business. The only drugstores left, the only pharmacies left are the commercially owned pharmacies in Walmarts and Albertsons and CVS. And actually, I think CVS is actually having trouble with it because CVS can't move that much. They don't have the volume of business that the Walmart pharmacy does. It's just, I mean, it's killing the corner front drugs. I mean, we're going to be down to you go to the big mega stores or you don't get anything. It's just one more way that they're killing the small businesses. He came to the table with the Taliban. Yeah, that's horrible. That's because Biden didn't do anything for the Taliban. He didn't leave them billions of dollars of equipment and ammunition, and
I still don't think that Trump's our savior.
I don't think he is either. I don't think we can have one now. It's got to be if we want to save this
If
country.
he gets it again, that to me is proof that he is some way, form, or fashion in cahoots
With the system, yes. That's just,
but with the Antichrist.
yeah, I'm actually, he fits the bill almost. I mean, he's got the heritage, yada, yada, yada. I've got everything there is to it. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know anything about that. Wayne, you're going to need to do a video about that. Because I ain't heard shit about no $40 million a week. 40, I mean, the Taliban getting $40 million a week from the United States government. For what?
I'm sorry, we have to have trade. We let all the manufacturing and stuff go. We've got to have trade.
Yes. What? You lost me there. Sid's dead. Thank you, sir. Would you like another? I don't know who Sean Ryan is, honestly. I'm grateful. If he's one of the big podcasters or whatever, I don't have a clue with him. The bigger the channel, the less I believe him. That's bad, huh?
Nope.
When your income is linked to
How many people
you're just
put up with you? Then yeah.
You're either going to stretch it, or that's media. I don't even watch news anymore. I don't want to know about it. There's no escaping the election right now. You can't sit down at the cafe without having to hear about it. So.
Mega YouTubers really are no different than mega preachers. They're
into it for the money.
I don't know the guy. Never heard of him. But he could be honest. I have no clue.
Oh, man, they've been moving stuff to Mexico, and it actually wasn't just Clinton. They started that free trade bullshit with old man Bush. The, I mean, we had a great run. The 250 years, that's not bad. But I mean, I really do. I think, I mean, people got lazy. I mean, people got lazy shortly after we won our independence. I mean, the Southerners didn't even want to hold their own cotton. They wanted to buy people and make them do it. What the hell? So the the Yankees didn't want to pay their people a fair wage to do anything, so they just kept bringing more and more Irish in. That was that was a good joke. But yeah, we're I think as a nation we're done. Well, that's good, Sasquatch. Yeah, and that's when China built all them cities that they were going to put all of them workers into for all the new cities they were going to do for the manufacturing jobs and this, that, and everything else. And then they found out that they could do the same thing to their people that we were doing to our people and just, make robots do all the work. So forget you, little Chinese person. There's not enough, there's definitely not enough tech jobs out there for all the people that are coming of age. There's not enough uh, young men and women willing to work outside of air conditioning to do the trade jobs that are out there. Uh, I mean, in Texas, you can snag a job $20 an hour, $20 or better an hour, and work 60 hours a week. You know, top 12. Be home on the weekends. Making all kinds of money. And that's just entry level crap. You get some time behind you, whatever, you can make really good money in the oil field right now. Hell, the money they're paying at the the union run manufacturing places up the road is insane. You got $28 an hour starting pay at that one place. It's crazy. $28 an hour for watching a robot do its job. Yeah, not have the debt. I think uh, I think college debt's a big mistake. I think that they should raise the bar. Honestly, I really believe that they should make it harder to get into college, not easier. Hear me out. I'm not being racist. There's a lot of white people going to college. They ain't got no business being in college. If you're a C student in high school, you don't need to be in college. I don't care if you can study and get a B plus on the entrance exam or not. If you can't maintain B's in high school, you don't need to be in college. Either your focus is not on academics, which college is an academic environment. If you're going to college for uh, an undefined major, you don't need to be in college. It's a waste of money. Um, if you don't know what you want to do with your life,
Did she claw your leg?
she won't leave me alone.
I've already fed her once.
She wants me to pick her up and pet her, but I'm not going to pick her up and pet her.
Scared that cute cat.
Well, I've been petting her, but she keeps getting up here and sticking her freaking claws in all of it. What is, I should know what that is, but I don't know. STEM, STEM. Yes, but that's inflation, which doesn't exist, Tibor. It's not my damn cat, Tibor. I don't have to stay calm about it if I don't want to.
She still claims you whether you claim her or not.
I ain't asked for that cat.
Nope. She ain't ran off yet, though. And I don't think he's coming back to get her.
There's that. Sadie got into something. I don't know what. Sunday I need to take her to bed. Problem is getting her in the truck without getting bit. Agreed. I think the business like the, I don't know, these people that got business degrees or whatever. Nothing, not belittling what you did, honey, but that would be better served as an internship. If you went and got, if you understand math and psychology and stuff like that, the stuff you get from a 2-year college, then you go to work They don't charge you money for being there. They pay you for being there. And they teach you how to be a business person, a legitimate internship. You you do the crappy work that educates you on how business actually works for shitty pay, and then you work your way up in the company. You intern at this company, and if they don't move you up fast enough, you keep looking for opportunities at other companies. It's called competition. You keep the good employees, you get rid of the bad. Then the ones that weren't in, that didn't have any business being a investment banker wind up digging ditches behind Walmart to change the plumbing, like God intended. Um, there's I don't care how pretty she is. Um, they have a robot now that will answer the phones for her. So if she doesn't have the brain for it, she doesn't need to be a receptionist. We need to quit manufacturing jobs to keep our kids from having to go get real jobs. Yes, actually, I do. That's what we were living just fine on $7.35 an hour, and then that changed, and then we were living really good on $30 an hour, and then that changed. I actually think that high schools need to go back to being high schools. Um, I don't think that schools should support. I don't think schools need a football team, or a basketball team, a volleyball team, lacrosse. I don't think they need any of that crap. If they want, if the school wants to get together, the student body and faculty and community want to get together and get an organization to have extracurricular activities
After school hours.
after school hours, let them do that. But that's fine. But I don't the I don't give a crap if you can play football or not. The only guy I want getting an engineering degree is a guy who's really good at doing math and understanding all the stuff that goes into engineering so that the airplane doesn't fall out of the sky or the bridge doesn't come crumbling down and crush me and my grandkid while we're trying to build a rock structure underneath it because we're homeless or whatever. I mean, I want I want the bestest people to get there. They should, when somebody graduates high school, they should have a full concept, a full grasp of the way the political system of the United States is intended to work. They should understand basic economic principles. like legitimately proven, not, well, if you pretend like this is a real number and you inject it over here with this pretend qualifier, then this is the projected outcome of possible monies made if you can talk Granny into giving you her check. Bullshit. I mean, the ones where it says, if you have $1 and you put another dollar with it, you have $2, and then if you loan the $2 and you charge somebody 2% to use that $2 for X number of days, then you wind up with $2.02. You know, the real concepts of it, the ones that make it make sense, not the ones that cloud it, make it so nuts that you can't. That, I mean, it's not real. Yeah, I think rocket surgeons should have degrees too. Um, I went to school to learn CAD and CAM, and then when I got out, I never used it again. I could run machines and stuff, but we didn't use CAD. Did it all the whole way. I was the CAD machine. Let's see. You have to be state certified for plumbing, electrician, uh, well, no, you actually don't have to be certified to be an air conditioner technician in Texas. You can be, but you don't have to be. You have to be licensed by the state to be a plumber or an electrician. Hairstylist. You do have to be a hairstylist to be a hairstylist.
You have to be licensed to be a hairstylist.
It's that's, to me, that's just nuts.
To appraise your property, we have to be
Yeah,
licensed.
to be an appraiser, you got to be.
But to charge you taxes and take your money, you don't have
You
to have any education.
don't have to have any education at all to set the values, your tax values and stuff.
Yeah, the tax rates.
Tax rates and stuff.
Just-
It's just
You don't have to know anything. You don't have to understand anything. You just do it and hope the software helps. And if it don't, you call the people who actually have to go get an education.
honey, you sound bitter.
No, it's just aggravating. Like, dude, you're messing with people's money. You should have to get educated.
But anyway, yeah, it's nothing. There's very little about this world that makes any damn sense at all. Mark says, "You go." Greg tried to get her to take the top. She said no. It's funny. It was a funny time around the house when all that was going on. Sure, I'm losing. Ooh, you know what? I should take my medicine. Hold on, I gotta get my medicine. It's it's late enough, I can take my too. Recently discovered that I really like this stuff. Actually, I already knew that I liked it. I just did quit drinking it. Quit drinking it when kids started hanging around because I didn't want them to start drinking. Shalom. It's wine. It's wine. It's got those anti-oxygenator or whatever. And I actually went to college to get an engineering degree. And that's how I know that. I mean, if you can't do math, you can't be an engineer. Now, honestly, my time in that engineering program did make me one hell of a fabricator. The end. I had I trust my barn with inch and a quarter pipe in square tubing, and I was walking around on that. Like, I'm not the least bit worried about snow load or anything because I trust the science. Real science, not. Well, we played with the numbers to make it look like this is actually what's happening with this little dust bunny, but the real science, the stuff that if you apply pressure here, and there's a support from here to here to there to there to here to here, that so much of the weight goes over here and over here and over there and over and somewhere else and stuff. That's real science. Called statics. I believe it's called statics. Yeah, I love that part. You hire somebody, you hire a young kid, and you're like, well, I want to do what you're doing. I don't want to have to do this over here. I hired you because I can't do that anymore. That's why I'm willing to pay you to do that. Get all of that done, and then I'll let you do this too. And I'll go over there and sit in the corner and drink coffee and smoke cigarettes while you do it. I don't give a shit. But when there's that stuff and this stuff to do, I'm going to be doing this while you're doing that because that's what I hired you for.
I'm leaving you now because you can't just stand in the corner and smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, now I just have to just stay busy because this whole not smoking thing just left this big giant hole in my eye. See you, Sasquatch. Have a good night. Oh, what I missed? Yeah, and quit breaking them, Sasquatch. You gonna run out of them? You didn't burst into flames.
Probably.
You actually turn the AC off when you open the doors?
Yeah.
What's that sound? Is that a cricket? It's gonna get out.
That's okay.
Skaters getting you don't think that's okay. Ouch. And something they don't tell you when you start this crap, this whole eating healthy and stuff gives you acne. Again. So anyway, yeah, it wasn't I didn't I thought I was having episode, but I didn't have an episode this time. Do what? Man? Yeah, there was a pretty solid breeze here for a minute. That's so funny. You turn the light on, the dog barks at it. Well, yes, she is. It's her little short legs. She's got a very low IQ. That was funny-ish. Actually, it wasn't funny, but whatever. I thought it was funny. I don't know where that went. Anyway, that was it. We all hanged out to, I don't know, different, whatever. Did Wayne bail on us earlier? We got political. We probably said bye and I didn't see it. Dang it. We don't have a Kennedy. I was actually liking that Kennedy dude, honestly. He didn't get very far. I don't think we need for the political parties to pick a candidate anymore. There's got to be a better way to do that than to have the people entrenched in politics picking who we get to choose to be the POTUS. Yeah, he was in here earlier. C103. He hung out for 30, 40 minutes. thereabouts. How much ice cream? Oh, we already ate ice cream once today.
Yeah,
We can't
don't
go
want ice cream.
My wife made me go to Dairy Queen and eat ice cream after we got out of hospital. I didn't want to. She forced me to. This is actually really good, and it's not expensive. This is from the Llano Estacado Winery. They've actually got several wines that I like. And some of the more expensive ones I don't like as well to do this one. If you see this at your local store or whatever, you might give Llano Estacado a try. They have our grapes here in Texas actually rival the European wineries or vineyards because of the amount of sun available. And let's see if I can remember the whole sales pitch from Llano Estacado. The variety of soils and uh, the large area from which they rent and raise grapes all over Ellington. And it enables them to harvest different kind of grapes with different sugar contents and blend them to make their wines and stuff. It allows them to be really consistent about, this wine is going to be this way and da 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 da. They've been making wine for a really, really long time. Since I was a kid, anyway, that I know of. The anyway, yeah, it's Llano with two L's. Two L's is silent, or no, it's not. Two L's is the Y sound. I don't know. It's something they do south of the border. I don't know. So, anyways, um, I prefer the sweet reds. That's actually a medium sweet, but the I'm not real big on the white wines. Okay, but I like the reds. I like a good brandy though too. A good brandy. Um, there's nothing wrong with a good bourbon or a good rum. Then if it's got spice in it, it's not good rum. They're covering the flavor. They're trying to make it a good rum. Good rum doesn't have any spice in it. But I mean, I'm okay with Captain Morgan, but I mean, Bacardi's not expensive and it's pretty decent rum. So, See, and I don't. The Italians are real bitter, man. I think. I think they got a real. They're okay, like with I don't know, something. I don't even know what you. I know that red is really good with steak. It's like actually the first bottle of it I bought. That's what I was doing as I was marinating a steak with it, and basically just put the wine on it, let it sit for 20 or 30 minutes on both sides, and then throw it on the grill and sear it. But not a big wine drinker myself. I've had a few. Had some Boone's Farm. What's the other besides Boone's Farm? What's the other cheap wine that we should drink when we were younger? Mad Dog 2020 don't count. Thunderbird. I drank some Thunderbird in my day. Oh, they went shooting off in the bedroom. Or is that it? Anyway, I had to get off here. It is 10 o'clock. And we got things to go, people to see, and stuff tomorrow. So, anyway, I'll try to remember to be back next weekend. All right. God bless y'all. Y'all still out. Do not die.